Teofimo Lopez can beat Shakur Stevenson. But how? What's good, fight fans? Your Majesty speaking. So, I'm here to play devil's advocate for a lot of people who don't think Shakur can lose the fight. Let me remind you, everybody is human. Everybody can lose a fight. There's nothing that says you can't lose a fight other than somebody not doing something that they should be doing, or, but in reality, anybody can lose. So it is not out of the realm for me to have a way for Shakur Stevenson to lose the fight. Now, how does Teofimo beat Shakur Stevenson? Here's how. Play chess with the chess player. Now, I know some of y'all are going to say, that's dumb, that's stupid, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. But in reality, the only way to beat Shakur is to somewhat outsmart him. And sometimes you have to outsmart somebody without them knowing that you're outsmarting them. So let me elaborate. One of Shakur's main tactics on his defensive skill set is the half a step back or the full step back, right? You getting close, you throwing a jab, he'll take a half a step back or he'll take a full step back. The issue with that is Shakur, most times, not all times, most times he does not exit on an angle. He will exit straight back. Now, where the chess playing part comes in at is Teo, if they've studied and done their homework like I have, because I've been watching Shakur all weekend long and I've been watching Teofimo all weekend long. If Teo's team has done their homework the way they should have, they will notice that Shakur's main escape exit route, especially early on in the fight, is controlling distance, normally with a half a step back or a probing jab, or, so he can kind of keep you at bay and know the distance that you're at. What the reason why I say play chess with the chess player is because you know that that's what he wants to do, right? So going into my next step is going to be Shakur using Teo using his feint game, right? Feints will do two things to Shakur, especially earlier on. It is going to make him take those steps back because he believes you're going to try to engage with him. So he's going to want to keep the distance, especially early on in this fight. The second thing it's also going to do is make Shakur keep his hands at home. When Shakur does not know your speed, how fast you are, how good you are at jumping in or taking these steps to get closer, he's going to be very, very cautious, especially early on. So my method to countering that is, that that's his mental, use it against him. Use the feints against him to corner him, put him in situations, make him think faster than he really wants to think, right? With that being said, I also know that Teofimo has an issue kind of gassing out mid to late times in the fights. And of course, he'll get his second win, but he does have those things. So playing chess not only means doing what you're doing in the ring as far as throwing punches, but it also means persuading the judges and winning the earlier rounds that are easier to win, right? Because we all know Shakur is very, very strategic early on. Plus, Shakur understands that Teofimo got some pop, and the last thing you want to do is get caught with something early on. We heard Shakur tell Abdullah Mason when Abdullah Mason got dropped in that fight where he he dropped the guy and he got dropped, and then Shakur was telling him everybody got power early on, so you have to be super cautious. We also know that based on how Shakur fights, right? So you use it against him. Use it to win the earlier rounds. Ring generalship is also something that is used to score rounds, especially when there's not a lot of action happening in the fight. Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez can win early rounds against Shakur Stevenson just by using his feints and making Shakur Stevenson look uncomfortable in those earlier rounds. Teo is not William Zepeda. Shakur is not going to automatically get the benefit of the doubt just by being the bigger name fighter because you in there with somebody whose name is just as big, if not bigger. So playing chess, make Shakur feel like if you win those earlier rounds, you make Shakur feel like he has to do something more, right? With that being said, Shakur will be coming out of his shell. One of the things we know Shakur likes to do once he gets his timing down is turn into the person that's walking you down. Well, how does that play in Teo's favor? Teo has been at his best when he is the person on the back foot. If you look at Josh Taylor, if you look at Arnold Barbosa, and I know those guys aren't Shakur, but in reality, we don't know how good Shakur is up until this point based on his level of competition. Now, keep in mind, I'm a Shakur Stevenson fan, and this is me just keeping it a buck. If Teofimo can make Shakur be the person that's coming to get him, Teofimo can be at his best to win some of those middle rounds. But the last thing I want to get to, which with Teofimo and how he can win this fight, and like I said, it's a chess match from the start to the ending. It's chess from the start to the ending. You start off using your feints to make him uncomfortable and also make the judges feel like you're in charge. We know Shakur's tendencies early on, right? That can win you some earlier rounds. Now, I'm not saying you don't have to land punches because I know some of y'all are just complete idiots. I'm not saying you don't have to land punches. I'm not saying any of that. Of course, you have to still fight in box. But we're talking about chess here, talking about strategy. Make Shakur look like he's not doing anything, all while being the person who is controlling. Look at Morataya versus Andy Cruz. The slick boxing shit works sometimes. But if Teo can put Shakur in compromising situations where Shakur has to think faster than he wants to, that can be an advantage for Teo. Secondly, make Shakur have to come and get you. We know once Shakur gets comfortable, he'll get in that walk down mode. And to me, that is when Teo is at his best, when he's on his back foot and he can kind of dictate when he want to counter punch and stuff like that. My last key for Teo is to fight using different rhythms. Don't do the same thing all day long because once again, you playing chess. Shakur Stevenson will start to pick up on certain tendencies, and he will then start to exploit them or take advantage of them. Or you won't be able to do what you were doing as far as if you were hitting him with certain stuff and you doing it at the same speed, the same rhythm. Shakur Stevenson is too smart of a fighter to keep getting hit with the same shit over and over. That's a fact. So key one, well, main thing is we playing chess with the chess player. The first key is use your feints. Take advantage of the fact that Shakur Stevenson is going to be very, very cautious early on. Even if you winning rounds from ring generalship alone, that is all you need to do early on. Secondly, and like I said, use your feints and shit. Secondly, once Shakur gets into the mode where he has your rhythm, play chess. Get on your back foot. See if he's going to walk you down. See if he's going to try to chase you. Use your athletic abilities. Teo is more athletic from an athleticism standpoint than Shakur, from what I have seen. Use your athletic abilities to your advantage, right? And then third, fight using different rhythms. Don't keep doing the same shit all night long. That jumping in that you do with them hooks and that trying to land that straight right to the body and not having your guard up, that shit ain't gonna work all night. You may get a couple of them off, but eventually he's gonna start picking that shit off. So you're gonna have to start doing different shit. Fight using different rhythms. And to me, those are my keys to victory for Teofimo Lopez. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do keys to how Shakur Stevenson wins this fight. And so stay tuned for that video. Let me know what y'all think in the comments on my breakdown of how Teo can win. Let me know if y'all agree. Let me know if you disagree. Let me know if y'all see some things that maybe I didn't pick up on as far as how Teo can win. And also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Please hit the like button, the notification bell so that you will be notified when I drop future videos. Also, if you have not followed my social medias, please do so. They are in front of you. And until next time.